Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock, Drogheda. My name's Nick Park, and I travel quite frequently to the United States. And as I travel through the United States, I noticed that Americans are really keen on chain restaurants. They have these restaurant chains, the same brand name, often the same layout. Sometimes you walk into them and they look exactly like you think, I've been in this restaurant before, but it was in another city or another state. Personally, I prefer to go to small independent restaurants if I can. I like the fact that I might discover something new and have something I've not had before. But a lot of people like the chain restaurants. And I guess there is the advantage that if you know that you like something, then you know you can go to the same chain in different locations and you're going to get something you like. And I guess it also tells you what to stay clear of. If there's a restaurant chain you've had a bad experience with, you're probably not going to go back to the same chain again. Now, one restaurant chain that I've never set foot in is called Red Lobster, because I don't like seafood. I just don't like it at all. And I don't know how I live on an island because I don't like seafood. And so I've never been to Red Lobster, but apparently it's been over the years a popular chain restaurant. However, like a lot of retail outlets, it was struggling some years back. And in 2023, the management came up with this idea that they were going to launch a new promotion that they felt was going to help save the company and turn things around financially. And so they offered an endless shrimp promotion. The idea was that for $20, you could eat as much shrimp as you liked. Prawns, basically, as we would more normally call them here in Ireland. And so you could go into Red Lobster, pay down your $20, and you could eat shrimp until you could eat no more. The plan was that it would entice in enough customers, and it was pitched at a price that they would eat just enough to be able to bring in a good profit and stabilize the restaurant's, the chain's finances. However, it didn't work. It was an absolute disaster, and it's gone down as one of the worst restaurant promotions in history. Several reasons for that. One reason was that Red Lobster already had a number of items on their menu that were quite a bit more than $20, maybe $35 for an entree or a main course. And so now nobody was buying the $35 meals because they were all going for the $20 endless shrimp. So actually that cut down profits. Also, the staff were unhappy because staff in the US particularly rely very much on the tips, and tips are generally given as a percentage of the overall price. So if you're going in and you're ordering a starter and you're ordering a main course at about $35 and whatever else, and you're paying a 20% tip, the waiter is going to get quite a good tip. Whereas if you're just going in and eating the $20 endless shrimp, the tip that the waiter receives is going to be much smaller. Also, the staff were much busier despite the morale, and they're losing out. They're earning less now because of the loss of tips, but they're much busier because instead of just serving each customer once and twice, they're having to come back again and again and again, because when people went for this endless shrimp thing, I mean, they ate a lot. And that's probably the other main reason why it affected the finances, is that some customers seemed to treat this as a challenge to see how much shrimp they could possibly eat. And they were eating absolutely massive amounts that meant that the cost of the food far outweighed the $20 they were paying for it. One waitress told about a customer who went in and ate 30 portions of shrimp. And actually, when you go by the nutritional information on the restaurant's website, that means that in one sitting, they ate a meal of 14,000 calories in one meal. So probably, beside all the other financial implications, this promotion probably wasn't very good for some people's health. Anyway, over 3 months, the restaurant lost over $11 million, and it pushed Red Lobster into filing for protective bankruptcy. Now, the problem was that they promised something and underestimated the cost of providing what they had promised. And that's something we always need to be very careful of. You know, we want to make promises to people, but there's no point making promises you can't keep. And that's why I have learned in this life that making promises for what Nick Park can do for somebody is probably a bad thing, because I may end up making promises I can't keep. My time is limited, my strength is limited, my knowledge is limited, my abilities are limited. What I need to be doing is pointing people to Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ, his power is limitless. And he's got time for everybody. He can listen to everybody at the same time. He can speak to everybody at the same time. And so I know that when I point people to Jesus, I am never going to overpromise. I'm never going to under-deliver, because Jesus is more than able to do everything that I point people to Jesus for. And I would encourage you today, be careful what you promise. Don't promise what you cannot deliver, but promise what Jesus can deliver, and you will find that you are pointing people to a place where they're never going to be disappointed. May God bless you today. Join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.